Hi friends, and welcome back to day 3 of Thriftmas, where I'm going into my Goodwill every single day for the first 12 days of December to see what we can find to flip online for a profit. So she's hiding, but I just picked up my daughter from gymnastics practice, and we're gonna pop into Subway real quick before we go shopping, and then we are headed down to Virginia to her first gymnastics meet. So that's pretty exciting, but first we're gonna go shop the new racks and the new carts to see if there's some good stuff. Obviously, we were here the last 2 days. We found some pretty decent things, so hopefully that luck will continue. So let's go. What'd you get?
Ham and cheese.
Ham and cheese and cookies?
Yeah. And apple sausages.
Oh, good. Yummy. Gonna be I was headed over to the new racks, but once again, a pattern on a dress caught my eye, and I was right. This is Lily Pulitzer. This is white label or white tag at Lily Pulitzer. I'm having trouble getting it off the rack, but I do get it here in a second. And it means this is an older, usually vintage dress, but I love the really pretty print. It looks like Chinese paper lanterns, very colorful. That's how I was able to spot it. My eyes, anytime I'm in a store, are just like constantly scanning, and so if I see something that catches my eye, I will always run over to it, and thankfully my intuition was right today. So this one is going to get added to the cart. Next, while we were here, I checked a couple other things, and I found this really pretty Bowden dress. Bowden I've become more particular with, but I decided based on the style and the size to pick this one up. This is an Azazi dress. It's like an online bridal boutique, really good for bridesmaids dresses. They have a million different colors and patterns, but the first thing I always check on these dresses is the bottom, because if you've ever been to a wedding or been in a wedding, you know that those can take some grass stains, they take some drink spills, they take all kinds of things. So here's some Hey Dudes. They've definitely got some bleach spots, and they're beat up for that price anyway, so we left those behind as well. Oh, she said that's her favorite color. So unfortunately, there's no new racks. I haven't checked over to see the new carts yet. I'm just going to check the put-back rack now because I'm over here, and then we'll probably just pick a couple sections to go through. Our Goodwill stores still have not opened their dressing rooms. I don't think they're ever going to, but they do have a rack where people tend to put things back because there's some mirrors over here that people will often use. I love these little baby outfits. My littles are obviously way too big, but OMG, I would be shopping so many baby clothes if I had another. Lots of basics here. I feel like I have seen this little Tinkerbell dress every day since we started this series. Honestly, those pink Y2K vintage pants might have been something. And then I found this Coogi. So Coogi is obviously best known for their really colorful print knit sweaters, but I have sold a Coogi bag really successfully once. So I messed around with this one, but after comping it, it had really low, like $8, $10, $12 comps on Poshmark. So I ended up leaving this behind too. They do have a few new carts out today. I see these Nerf guns all the time at Goodwill, just like baskets of Nerf guns at Goodwill. It'd be really fun if you wanted to have like a fun night in your house. I see that on Instagram sometimes. But cute little mermaid statue. Looks like it's from Copenhagen. So over in the men's pants, I first spot these Adriana Goldschmied jeans, but Adriana Goldschmied is mostly almost a complete leave behind for me. Same with these Paige jeans. I probably would have left these behind anyway, but they had quite a bit of puckering, so those definitely got left behind. But AJ jeans and Paige jeans have to be in a really good style these days for me to be able to pick up. I have some from both of them that I think I picked up in last Thriftmas, so I'm trying to be smarter. I'm trying to thrift better, follow my comps and my experience, and keep changing, because that's what reselling is. We always have to be on our game. We have to be making changes in our businesses. We have to be willing to adjust. I know I'm not always the best at that, but today is the day. So we're going to leave both of those behind. If you watched Thriftmas in July, I found a few really good things over in the men's pants. So I thought maybe I'd strike some luck. There's some McDonald's employee pants, which I'm nervous to sell. These are like uniform pants, but they said Everlane, but I couldn't find anything about Everlane making uniform pants. So I left these behind, but if anybody knows if that's like the Everlane that I like to resell sometimes, let me know, because I researched that off camera and I couldn't really find too much about it. I always see a lot of women's pants in the men's pants, so you never know what you're going to find. It's always a grab bag at the thrift store. I think some people that sort are maybe better than others, or are more up on, the brands and the trends and the cuts for men's and women's, but that's okay. That makes it a little bit of fun. Here's some stuff for all mankind. I will pick up sometimes, but not that style. All right, I got excited when you see that little clear button. That usually means Lululemon, and yes, these were Lululemon men's. I got really excited for a second because men's stuff sells better and men's pants sell great, but there is a tear here. I am trying to leave behind projects, so sadly, this got left behind. Now here's an interesting one. This is True Religion, and I didn't immediately recognize it because there wasn't a big horseshoe on the front anywhere, but the tags all say True Religion inside, and they're a really cool pair of like utility, cargo, very Y2K 90s. So I really liked these. They are a nice big size. These ended up coming home with me. Hopefully the fact that they don't prominently have the horseshoe logo on them, like on the back pockets, which is normal, doesn't hurt them, but we're going to try these ones out. Men's True Religion pants historically sell better for me than women's. Those I just loved the penguins, but they were pretty beat up. And then these caught my eye. These are 0 Grand from Cole Haan, but they were pretty pricey, so we left those ones behind. But if they were less expensive, I probably would have grabbed those. I have sold that similar style a variety of times between like $30 and $40. Here's a North Face, which I will sometimes pick up, but I have some North Face quarter zips like this still listed from Thriftmas in July. So again, I'm trying to be more selective. I'm trying to use my own comps and do better. Here is a different pair of Cole Haan 0 Grand. These are women's shoes, and they are priced more reasonably at $10. So great condition. I do end up picking these up. They're a nice suede leather. Again, like I said, I've sold this style before. So those ended up coming home and made the cart. Flipping through some women's tops, there weren't a ton of new racks out, so we're going to hit a few of these racks to see if we can find anything. If there's lots of new racks, I will completely skip what's in the store, but when there's not new racks, I will always flip through some. I really, really liked this Chico's piece. I'm just making sure that there's something not missing there, but I don't think it is. I most often leave Chico's behind at Goodwill retail prices. I'll grab it at the bins or, discount days or something at other stores that have those. But every once in a while, a piece is special enough for me to pay the like $5 in store. And I really thought this one is beautiful. I think it could sell for $25. It would be a quick, flip, $10, $15 profit. And then I also found this Pilcro top. Pilcro is one of my favorite Anthropologie brands. It usually does well. I like the just boxy, slouchy boho vibe. I'll also be able to wear that first, which is always a selling point. They look good on you. You look cute. Next, over in the women's jeans, I found some men's jeans. These are BKE denim, and I like selling BKE denim, but these just have too much wear. They definitely have some stains, some lightening that shouldn't be there. If that wear hadn't been there, I would have picked those up though. Here's a pair of Spanx. These are like a gray pull-on legging. I have to be better about not picking these up. Plus, again, these had some wear, they had some staining, they had some marks, so that was an easy decision that also got left behind. And then lastly, these We The Free. Previous Maria might have grabbed these, but these were not a great style. Black denim for me is harder to sell, so I'm trying to be selective, proud of myself, and I left those behind also. I, for some reason, have trouble selling We The Free jeans. I'm just not sure. I just have trouble. Here's Kate Quinn, which is a really good baby brand. My daughter just ran over to the pants to check and see if she could find them, but she was not able to. That was a women's pajama set, obviously, but the Kate Quinn kid stuff sells well, so if I had found the pants, I was going to pick up after checking comps, I was going to pick those up, but unfortunately the pants were nowhere to be found. But I appreciate my daughter running over to the pajama section and the legging section, trying to look for them because it's such an identifiable pumpkin print. But Kate Quinn has really good high-end materials, things like that. This Duluth, I don't end up picking it up just because I would probably grab it at the bins, but I thought it was really cute. Like, it was definitely kind of off-brand for them. I think of more rugged, not like floral stuff, but it was really nice. I think it was cotton, good quality. Just probably not worth paying the $5 Goodwill price for it. Carmen Mark Volvo is an expensive brand, but the diffusion line I have a little bit of trouble selling. All right, next pickup is this Polo Golf Ralph Lauren. I like the big pony on the front. This is a performance wear women's top. Very nice. Just make sure it's not a stain. It was a fuzzy. I love how stretchy it is. There is a very small, I think, golf club logo on the side. I don't think that's a big problem. Golfers don't often mind little logos because it just looks like something they might have played at or somewhere they might have played at. I got in trouble. I went right there to wait in line. Skylar informed me of what?
Check out line here.
So we came back like 5 steps to make sure we're waiting here. Sorry for the weird sun. I'm not really sure how to do this here, but we did okay. It was rough when there's not any new stuff out to look at. That's always hard, especially when you're coming like every single day to Goodwill. How many things did we find? Like 6 or 7? 6, 7. Sorry, she was so excited about that, how many things we got. But we are now going to road trip down to Virginia, right? Stay at a hotel and have your gymnastics meet. I have plenty to work on tonight, probably when she is sleeping. I got to start getting some of this stuff listed. I know in previous Thriftmas series, I was already selling some of the stuff. And then I was able to show you some of the sales. I don't know how quickly this is going to be listed, so I am not sure. But if there is anything you're interested in, write down below in the comments, and I will try to prioritize that. And if I'm not able to get everything listed while I'm doing the series, of course, just stay tuned to my What Sold videos and to my Ship With Me's, so you can start seeing what is actually selling from all of these hauls. So that is it. We got to get on the road, but don't worry. We will still see you tomorrow for day 4. Bye.